Hi, I'm here with Nick Difonzo, who is a senior engineer with G&W Electric, and he wanted to share with us a little bit about single-phase LAZER technology.
Okay, so what we have on the screen here is an automation system. It is model-based, so what it does is it gathers information from the field, from all of our different devices, whether it be overhead, underground, and it takes that information, and when there's an event on the system, it does its best to use that information to isolate the faulted section and then bring back as many customers as it can through closing tie points. And that's something that's been around for quite some time now, and people are starting to catch on to it and be more comfortable with the idea of automation and automatically switching. But more specifically, what we are here to show is single-phase automation. So typically people are doing ganged operations, so we're opening and closing all three devices. There are now a bunch of available products that are capable of single-phase automation, so just one phase at a time, opening and closing. And so the next logical step in the automation scene would then be to do single-phase automation. And so what we have here is a good example of that. And so when we go through, we can simulate faults here at the show, but the idea behind single-phase automation is to let the customer stay powered the most it can, right? When there's a fault, majority of the time, it only involves a single phase. And so in traditional ganged operation or three-phase operation, when you go to interrupt the fault, we're taking out other customers that don't necessarily need to lose power. So moving to single-phase operation and single-phase automation allows those other customers on the unaffected phases to remain with power, so they don't experience any outage, even if it's a temporary thing.
Nick, maybe you could show us a little bit about how this functions.
Sure. So what we'll do is on our screen here we have our simulated circuit, and I'll go ahead and simulate a fault in our B section right here. So if we look up over in the direction behind me, there's some B lights. What I'll do is simulate the fault. You can hear the recloser operating. It's going through its reclose cycle to try and clear the fault. We have our lights going on and off to indicate who's got power and who doesn't. It went into its lockout state, so it couldn't clear the fault. It gets that information back, makes decisions, and then we went ahead and isolated on the downstream portion. So now this B section is isolated just on the single phase that was involved in the fault, and then we came back and closed the tie point, so we restored all the customers back up on the other side.
That's impressive. Looks like a good tool for keeping the lights on. Thanks very much.
Thank you.